What is going on? Darksticks here, and today we are going to do the day 119 or week 17 update of our free-to-play account. Started this account, and we are going to we are pushing for geos right now. You can see we're already upgrading those quite a bit. We are also going to, with some of the changes to the free-to-play flow right now, we are going to go for Executor, since we are able to get a lot of those shards a little easier now, thanks to Galactic War updates in that store. You can see we are pushing for several other characters to try to get a Jedi team up and running for Naboo. Do take Jyn Erso here to 7 stars. We have sped up this footage. I'm just trying to get caught up on everything that we have going on all the accounts. So we are going to speed this up a little bit. You can see we are working on a whole bunch of scoundrels, bounty hunters, everything else on this account. We are working on Qui-Gon. I want to get Qui-Gon up and running for GAC. Put that as one of our defensive teams. We also have Iden that we'll probably use in GAC some. Both of those are going to need Omicron. Unfortunately, we're not making very good progress on getting Omicron materials, so we got to work on that on this account. But we are going to keep pushing. Since we are going to go for Executor, I want to do Executor Profundity pretty much like almost back-to-back unlocks. So we are going to be working on those teams, be working on those ships. It is going to be a lot of ships that we have to work on. So that is going to be the main focus of the account. You can see we get Queel because we are getting Imperial Time Bomber with that. You can also get it out of the Galactic War store now. So that it really is helping that accelerate a lot more than it has in the past. Zombie, we get unlocked as well. I would like to build a Night Sister team. It'll be a pretty weak Night Sister team probably, but we can get a lot of them in different stores. And then really the only hard farm in that one is Mother Talzin, so we probably will add that at some point to start getting that working. Promoting some of these. Since we do have some credits, we can go ahead and work on those a little bit. Just get a little bit more GP to help our guild in territory battles and other things. But really, we're not inflating the account too much. It's just normal progress things on that. Ayla Secura, I have been kind of working on her a little bit just to get her, since we can use her in the raid, be another option. I'd like to build a Jedi team. We just don't have all the pieces right now to really build that up. So we'll see how it goes in the raid. But we are, we're looking pretty good. I like Mace. He has a pilot, obviously, of the Endurance capital ship. So definitely need him to be built up. And you can see we've got a lot of other characters that we've got to work on here. Ayla, at least a 50 for right now. And then we'll kind of see, as we work through some of that, how it works out. We'll see how hard the new raid is and everything, and we'll just see overall. Hopefully we're able to do something in that raid and help our guild out a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in a tough spot right now because the Jedi and everything else don't really work into anything that we're trying to build. So it's been kind of difficult. Whereas the indoor raid, like starting off, like you can build some Imperial Troopers, you can build, some other rebels and stuff. And it kind of worked nicely into what we were already trying to do. We were trying to build C-3PO. Okay, we can get all these characters pretty easily and have some Ewoks and stuff like that in there. So that is really what we are trying to do on this account. Hopefully you guys can see our Jedi right now are just kind of all over the place. Unfortunately, a lot of them aren't going to be able to use in the raid. Mace you can use in the raid, Ayla, and then Padawan Obi-Wan, Grandmaster Yoda. I do want to get him to 7 stars fairly soon. Once we get some Jedi built out, I think we'll be able to do that. We might be able to now. It'll be pretty close. I don't know. Those are pretty like all over the place Jedi there, but I will say our Geonosians are coming along nicely. And we are slowly building them up. I want to get them to the spot where we can actually do the Watt mission. So I think we're a little ways away from that right now, but We're getting closer every week, every update that we do on the account. I think we're getting to a better spot, and it should put us in a spot where we can get into a little bit better guild that's hopefully getting some more watch shards, because right now our guild is only getting 2 or 3 watch shards per mission, which is fine right now because I'm still building mine up, so I'm not super, like, I don't think I'm behind it all, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely need to get some mods put on him and some other stuff. We'll go ahead and do that and get a few more of these built out. We've got some good materials coming into the account to get these abilities built up a little bit more. Obviously, we need more credits. Always is going to be a little bit of a crunch. I will say the new raid system has helped quite a bit with that. Hopefully our guild in the new Naboo raid can at least get the first box, is kind of my hope. As long as we can get that first box, I think we'll be okay as far as our rewards, because we're only getting, I think, the second box in indoor right now. And I was contributing 600,000 to 600,000 ish in indoor raid. I think is where we kind of have been at, right around there, 500,000-600,000, which I've been pretty happy with as far as, you know, starting a new account and everything. So we can see how it goes, and you can see just still working on geos. Definitely going to be a longer term project to get them really where I want them. We are going to place them on defense, I think, in 5v5. I think I'll save them for offense in 3v3 for GAC. But I think putting them on defense makes people spend a pretty decent team on them, at least early on. I think they fall off pretty quickly. Like, for now, I'll probably put them on a front wall somewhere. But it makes people spend a bigger, team, like a Vader or something like that, to get through them. Our bounty hunters definitely need a lot of work, but we're kind of a little ways off from building them up. I do want to get a couple other working anyways. Grief Karga and then Mando, original Mando. I want to get both of those built up anyways. And Mando will probably get out of Galactic War, and I think the Grief Karga has a couple of different options of where you can get him, and we'll probably add him into our account at some point. But yeah, the bounty hunters definitely have a long ways to go. IG-88 we're pretty close on, and about, a few others we're pretty close, but definitely going to have to work on them. We want to get them, obviously, for Chewbacca, but then also Executor is going to need quite a few of them at Relics anyways. So I think we are at a pretty good spot on them. Qui-Gon here, just building him up a little bit to start getting him, like, where we can go. We definitely have to work on Anakin is a big part of that, so we may kind of min-max the team like I've done before in the past, where we just have Anakin as like a super relic and then not worry about anybody else on that team, because basically they have to get through Qui-Gon. Once Qui-Gon dies, then Anakin does his big AoE and like wipes people out, so usually gets at least one hold, at least early on it will. So we may try to do that on this account as well. That's worked out, and it works pretty well through the mid-game. So we can kind of see how that works. You can see we got Thrawn here, 2 7 stars. If you guys haven't checked out that video, definitely do so. Definitely a solid Phoenix with what's his name, Captain Rex. Definitely made that journey a lot easier than the RNG fest that it was before. So I definitely recommend going Phoenix early and going. Thrawn is pretty good early game. He kind of does drop off. If you're going to go after C, he may also be required for Ahsoka coming up. We'll kind of see some of the requirements there, what all is needed for her kit, but maybe required there as well. Needed for C, or Sith Empire, Sith Eternal Emperor is needed. So Houndstooth, we get to 4 stars, so that completes it, I should say. It's ready to start unlocking Executor, but we got a long ways to go on that. We got to get all of them to 7 stars. Still working on our Geo fleet. Definitely has been making some progress there. We're going to use that as our main fleet right now. I'm trying to build up. We'll probably end up with an Empire fleet that is okay once we can transition those guys over. So Executrix will probably get all of our bounty hunters for a while, plus some extra Empire. Once we can transition all of those over, Malevolence, we'd like to get that as our Get 2 ship, our first one. So I think that will help us quite a bit. We can transition that. We'll have a couple of good fleets, and then probably get a Home 1 fleet or something like that. You can see we've made some good progress on this, and we are farming a lot of things. Obviously, some of them we already have at 7 stars, but it's just a matter of getting all of them unlocked for that event. And so Mando are going to definitely have to work. So 3E, that should be a pretty easy one. Mando, though, we can farm out of Galactic War, I think is going to be the most effective. Grief, we can probably grab out of Galactic War occasionally once we get Mando done. Cara Dune, we are going to have to farm as well. So a few farms there that we're going to have to do. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this update of our free-to-play account. 119 days into it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.